What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, the Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment. You want to know when the next video going to drop? Hit the notification bell. All right, y'all. Let's get into this video. I know y'all seen the game. The Knicks is up 3-1. We ain't gonna talk about my predictions. We're not gonna talk about my predictions. The first thing we're gonna talk about, and I know y'all been hearing it all day, all yesterday, somewhat today, but we're gonna talk about that foul on Tim Hardaway Jr. And we're gonna talk about the foul that wasn't called. The Knicks is up 3-1, down both games at Detroit, both comeback wins. Didn't think it was possible. I ain't gonna say I didn't, but the crowd did, and people didn't think it was possible. And only thing I'm hearing after this game, after that foul, the haters, they still talking about, when I say haters, I want y'all to know I'm talking about Shaq and Barkley after the game. That's what I'm really talking about. They come out, they talk about the foul that wasn't called, but nobody talk about the foul that wasn't called on Jalen Brunson driving to the basket, the foul that wasn't called on Hart diving for the rebound. Either way, the Knicks keep showing that they are a contending team. I can't wait for that Boston series. It's going to be a real good series. That's going to be a real good series. And the thing I like about that series coming up, the Knicks in Boston, they're more finesse team. So I don't think it's going to be as physical as this series that the Knicks is having with Detroit. I don't think it's going to be as physical as the Celtics is having with the Magic. I think this is going to be a comeback, victory, revenge from the season for the New York Knicks. I do believe the Knicks will end Boston run for their defending championship. But back to the foul. The funny thing about this team, the Pistons, all you've been hearing is that they are the bad boy team. The old school Pistons is back. What up, y'all? Had to turn the comments on. What's up, Nas? What's up, Lloyd? Welcome to the chat. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm blinds are back, even though I got on glasses. You're gonna see me looking over. All right, let's make this screen bigger. What up? Even matchup. You're talking about Boston and the Knicks. I'm thinking if you look at their scoring averages, they are even matchup. Boston take a lot of threes. We know that. I think the defense, Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, is going to step up. I think they're going to step up against Boston. One thing I want to talk about before I get back to the game is how y'all feel about them 5 picks. Are y'all still mad about the 5 picks that we gave up for Bridges? I know a lot of people think or thought Bridges was going to come in the Knicks and be that guy he was in Brooklyn, but they forget who he was in Phoenix. I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy with the trade. I'm happy with them picks because you never know what them picks are going to turn into. You know what I'm saying? Bridges is coming doing exactly what the organization brung him in, and that's for defense and every now and then hitting a late basket. Because Bridges was like 1 for 10 before he hit them 2 threes and sparked the game. This team, what can you say about this team? The Knicks. I'm not gonna call them the dark horse. Because they're not a dark horse. They are, I'm telling you, Cleveland can end this series tonight. Boston, y'all going to have to watch out for the Knicks. They're thinking, I don't like the curse, but they're thinking shit is sweet. Because they got them 5 wins from, we know how the season went. They think it's going to be sweet. We've proven that we can come and beat teams that beat us. The playoff is a whole different ball game. It's a whole new series. Matter of fact, a whole new season. So I'm not worried. I guess I'm not worried about Boston, but I'm really looking forward to that series because I think that's going to be a more finesse game, not so much physical. We're going to see Towns. I don't want to bring him up because he's like the last guy I'm going to talk about, but Towns is doing this thing. Let's just say that game 1, everybody's like, where's Towns? Towns is showing up. Towns is showing up. All right, he is definitely showing up. Look at the game stats for a second. We ain't gonna talk about the stats. That's just for show. But I want to talk about one thing too. Should Tibbs make an adjustment? And that's McBride. I know he's mostly in there for his defense, But his offense has been suspect in the last 3-4 games, actually, averaging 4 points a game. But every now and then you hit a basket. But I'm thinking Shaman should be taking some of them minutes, and some minutes. If he's not going to perform, I would like to see Peyton in there. I'm all for whatever's going to win. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to keep seeing us come back. Hopefully, we can end it in Game 5. I know a lot of y'all, if y'all been watching me, y'all heard my prediction, Game 6, that we're going to end it. But I just want to win. And when McBride's having that game that he's having, Payne coming. Payne hasn't really gotten any minutes. And when he do, he play in defense. He's like, he go to the hole. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to go back to the fouls, but the Knicks should have been on the free throw line all night if you want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Every time they come down, Pistons is just killing us. Just killing us. It's like watching the Magic playing us all through last season. But at the same time, we got this. I feel stupid saying that we're going to go in 6, but for some reason I was like seeing us ending it on the Pistons' home court. You know what I'm saying? When they started booing Jalen, I'm like, yeah, that would be a perfect ending of the Detroit Pistons season for the New York Knicks to just end their season in their house. But right now, being up 3 games, we ain't got no time for that. The Knicks got to take care of business right now. When we come back to the Garden tomorrow night, they got to come out and put their foot on the Pistons' throat. Because I don't care what nobody say. They done. Right now, the Pistons is thinking about how to survive. They know their series is over. And let's just talk about, I know y'all seen the thumbnail, and I know some of y'all probably say, oh, he misspelled the name. He misspelled Bickerstaff. No, it's Bitcherstaff. You know what I'm saying? Because he been bitching all series long. He been bitching. And I'm getting tired of it because he put this facade on like they're such a tough team. And then at the end of the game, he's crying. But he's not talking about all the fouls that his team's doing. The Pistons are frauds. You know what I'm saying? They are frauds. The NBA, that's another topic I wanted to talk about as well. It seemed like they want Pistons to take this serious. When you hear Knicks got to get Deuce going, finish these punks, Knicks ain't got to get Deuce going. Deuce got to get himself going. Maybe when we get back to the Garden, Deuce will have one of them games where he scored 15, 16 points. We ain't see a 21-point game or a 20-point game from Deuce in a minute right now. So maybe when we get back to the Garden, he might put up some points. But Pistons right now, they're done. You know what I'm saying? For all the talk about this being the bad boys of the 80s, 90s, these dudes is done. Their confidence is shattered. So when we get back to the Garden, if the Knicks could come out and give them a real good punch in the face in that first quarter, we might see a blowout victory. You know what I'm saying? We might see one of the Knicks' largest playoff wins in history. Because speaking of history, JB is making history. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to that. I started talking about the foul. We're not even going to get to that little NBA part. We're going to get right to JB and my man making history, doing things that we ain't seen from a Knicks player in a long time. Honestly, I think Jalen Brunson is the best Knicks player since Willis Reed. I know Patrick Ewing, how great he was. Everybody liked Carmelo Anthony. We cannot forget Carmelo Anthony. One of my favorites, if not my favorite Knick, Allen Houston. I love Allen Houston. A cool guy. What can I say about when Allen Houston was one of them guys, you never heard nothing off the court. Everything he did was perfect, really. He just was a perfect gentleman in the game. But Jalen Brunson, man, this dude is for real. I don't care what nobody say, this dude is for real. They can doubt him all they want. For 6-1 to come out in the fourth quarter, score 15 points in the fourth quarter alone, and not go to the free throw line one time. See, this is the thing I don't understand why everybody's talking about the foul, which I don't even think it was foul. Because if you look, I'm going to be honest, that was a good no call because Hardaway initiated the contact. Hart was floating on by him, and he tried to throw that hip into him. But we off the foul. This man right here is the real deal. I don't care what nobody say about Jalen Brunson. This dude, the real deal. You see he come back from an injury. Now, there's a foul on this play right here, and I don't care what nobody say. That was intentional. Look at my man Schroeder. Look how he hooks his leg. That was intentional. But when you see this guy right here, this is not once he did it. This is twice because you know he's coming off the ankle injury, and other teams know he's coming off that injury. But to come back each time and do the things that he did, to get the Knicks in a 3-1 lead when we was down. Come on, the man got hurt, went into the locker room. We was down, came back and put on one of the best offensive playoff performances I have seen in a long time. It's almost like watching 2K, getting your butt kicked by some dude on 2K. The way he comes out and just get it going in the fourth quarter. Yeah, we already know he's Mr. Clutch, Captain Clutch. Captain Clutch. I was like, I got to make a T-shirt, Captain Clutch, before somebody steal it. But this man is for real. This man is for real. Tell me who's better. Tell me who's better right now. Who's playing better? Y'all can holler Mitchell. I can't wait for that matchup. I know they beating down. Right now, when you look at Cleveland and Boston, they're beating teams that had to fight their way into the playoff. Bottom of the bucket teams. And they're giving them problems. They're winning their games. But them teams they wearing them out. The Knicks and Indiana might come in and have their way with Boston and Cleveland. I'm just joking, but if you look what the Heat really ain't doing nothing to Cleveland. Cleveland having their way with the Heat. They targeting my man, what's the kid name again? Duncan. But that series is going to be over tonight. And if the Knicks can come out, tomorrow night, put away Detroit, and I'm hoping the Magic win one more game so that if the Knicks win that game, we can get a little bit extra rest for Jalen and that ankle, you know what I'm saying, before we start that series with Boston. But the way Brunson playing right now, I'm ready for Boston. I know y'all ready for Boston. Is Boston ready for Jalen Brunson? Yeah, and the crowd, I don't think that guard and Boston guard, and they're not gonna want to harass JB. JB is turning into oh man, I can't forget his receding ass. Trae Young, he turned into Trae Young, but with more class. Classy dude, you know what I'm saying? If the cat that's playing right now, Nas, if the cat that's playing right now show up in Boston, nah, they can't stop him. They can't stop him. Knicks night might. Once we get rid of Pistons, have a little war with the Celtics, and yeah, I don't know. Indiana looking good. Indiana might be the dark horse of this playoff series, but they're gonna meet their match if they come against the New York Knicks. But Indiana is looking like they might give Cleveland a little something, a little run for their money. I don't know, y'all. Indiana looking like they ready to play Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? And even after they took the vote, or the NBA players calling Tyrese Halliburton the most overrated player, I don't know. He proves himself, so we're going to see in that series. But back to the Knicks, and we're going to talk about this guy right here, because I made a video, and when I made that video, I kind of made an ass of myself just by making that video when I asked the question, who was the better player between Cunningham and Brunson? And coming into the series with the Pistons dominating the New York Knicks throughout the season, he looked like he was the better player. And I should have known better. I didn't say he was, but I was saying that this man might just give us problems. And thanks to OG Anunoby and Bridges, the guy that everybody complained about them 5 picks that we gave up, is doing their job. They is doing their job. 6 points in the fourth quarter. That first half. 3 for 9, 33% field goal shooting. Didn't get to the free throw line. 0 from 3 from downtown. We know he steps it up in the second half. But the real thing about Pistons is they got defense, they got heart, but they don't have a second option. And I don't know being that Jaden Ivey being out, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how good this team would be if they had Jaden Ivey. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to think about the what ifs. But they missing that second option scoring right now. Nobody's consistent on that team. Not even the star player. He's not consistent enough to carry this team through a playoff series. That's just my opinion, and that's what I'm looking at. I don't care when he put up 30 points. The 30 points coming when his team need it and when they down. And when the referees, I'm going to tell y'all again, it looked like the NBA was trying to give this series to the Detroit Pistons, and the New York Knicks is just too confident. This is the better team. They're not going to let it happen. They're not giving it away. And for all my shots at Tom Thibodeau throughout the season, I got to take it back because Bickerstaff, the way he's complaining, you don't see Tibbs. Tibbs might say a little one thing or two out after the post game, but he's not on the court yelling hard as he do during the season. He's gonna do what Tibbs do, but he's not crying, and the confidence is rolling over to our team. Even when we go in that slump, it gets scary for us. Let's be real, it gets scary. It looked like they was trying to make their move, but 2 games on their home court, it's over for the Pistons. It's over. This is not. They are not LeBron James coming back against the Golden State Warriors. No, that they don't have a team built like that. So we know this series is over. Big Perk was going off today about the foul. Josh Hart didn't get called. Nick P, what's up? He's embarrassing. They believe in the media. Exactly. The hype. There ain't no hype about the meat, but the hype. Oh, you talking about K? Yeah, you're right. It's hype. I was talking about the Knicks for a second. For some reason, they just don't want to give the Knicks their props. I hate when the game is not on MSG because I'll switch back and forth. If it's on MSG, if it's on TNT, if it's game on both at the same time, I would switch back and forth just some time for the commentating. And no matter how well the Knicks are doing or how bad the Pistons are doing, I don't care how bad the Pistons do, they find some type of silver lining in their play. But whatever the Knicks get in the slump, it's just, man, the Knicks and this and that and that and this and that, they rushing and this offense. And then when the Knicks shine through, no matter what happened, it's insane. What I'm gonna say. What I mean by that, if we get a no call, because I was watching an old clip when they had Monty Williams, and he was complaining about the call. Who was it? Dante or was it Hart? Somebody dove and they fouled. What's coming? Like, oh, he dove. He took his leg out. Never complaining, Piston coach. But when we get fouled, you know what I'm saying, on some bull crap, and it doesn't get called or get called on something like Josh Hart hitting somebody's hair, you know what I'm saying, on a 3-point shot. We have to live with it. And then they talk about the Knicks blunder and how we make mistakes. There's never a silver lining. It's just straight hate on the Knicks. But the Knicks is fooling. The Knicks got something for everybody this season. We got a championship in our belt, in our back pocket. The odds may not say it in Vegas, but once we get there, you're going to hear the cheer. And we might just be going down the Grand Canyon, doing a Yankees sweep, coming down there on the float. Now, I can dream, y'all. I'm just being real. I can dream. But at the same time, the Knicks is doing their thing right now. We just got to come home, cut the head off of these guys, send them back into next season, have them talking about what a great year it was after winning 14 games, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear the sad stories. We didn't get it with the New York Knicks. When we was winning 12 and 15 games a season, all we got was hate and laughter. I mean, the Knicks are so hated. I'm going to say that's the word, that you got little kids, 15, 16, 17-year-old that barely know anything about the game, talking about how bad the Knicks are because all they hear is hate. That's all they hear. Whenever somebody talk about a basketball team, hate. The Knicks is doing very well, almost on their way to an NBA Finals. And you ask an average person and they was like, oh, especially they don't watch basketball. How about them bum Knicks? The Knicks got something for everybody this year. All right, y'all. I'm letting y'all know. We're going to end this off with little Karl Anthony Towns. Because Karl Anthony Towns is stepping up. Everybody been talking about what he have been in Minnesota, doesn't step up in the playoff. Went from scoring 20-something points a season to dropping to 18 points in the playoffs. Karl Anthony Towns is stepping up. And the first 2 games, he averaged 33 points. You know, so that was the first 2 games. Game 3, 31. Game 4, the man doing his thing. Drives 12, but we can drive. I think because what's taken away from him driving so much of the whole, still you see him 15, 12 in game 4, actually game 4 over there, is that he's not getting the foul calls. And that's the thing. I don't see how people could complain about that. When he coming in, yeah, he doing a little hook and fighting off. That's because they reaching, grabbing, holding. He fighting off 2, 3 guys, and the ref standing there, and there's no foul call. And we have to deal with it. He missed the basket. We have to deal with it. The Western Conference last year. But he still didn't get the respect. They talked about what he didn't do. But they don't realize that he diverted his game for what's the kid over there? What? What's his name? Anthony what? I forget his name. But y'all know his name is not, I don't forget him, but his name just can't come out the tip of my tongue. But Anthony Edwards, you know what I'm saying? He just deferred to Edwards. You know what I'm saying? That's Edwards' team. Even right now, Randall deferred to what? Randall took 11 shots that game yesterday, and they still won. And just to talk about that game, everybody talking about how J.J. Redick played his team, his starters, the whole half, the second half, didn't sub nobody in. Some guys on Twitter or Twitch or what you want to call it, they're talking about, yeah, and they're talking about Tibbs. I'm like, yeah, but you seen the outcome of that game. They lost. That's all we complain about. They didn't have enough gas. First of all, Luka was coming back from an ailment. LeBron James pushing 40. What the hell was he thinking? But right now, the New York Knicks are doing their thing. The minutes, can't complain about the minutes. It's the playoffs. I don't even know how he got that coaching job. They overlook a lot of candidates, good candidates, and I guess LeBron wanted him. That's all I can say. But honestly, I think that I said the Knicks was going to take this in 6. It would be nice to watch the Detroit fans' faces, but it would be lovely to be here in the Garden screaming as we take the Pistons out of the series and on our way to the second round. And then we got to get over that biggest hump, and that is the second round. And I'm thinking it's going to be this year. And if we can get out of the second round, we going all the way to the NBA Finals. I don't care who there, Cleveland or Indiana. The Knicks is going to go all the way to the finals. And we knock off Boston, we going all the way. And stay healthy, we going all the way. All right, and with that being said, I want everybody to stay healthy, stay safe, God bless, and peace.